Gary was a stressed and lonely man, struggling daily with a job that drained his energy. Every morning, he dragged himself to work feeling invisible and unappreciated. One day, while scrolling through online ads during a rare quiet moment, he noticed an offer from a new tech company. They promised access to a revolutionary simulation machine, a place where one's consciousness could travel to a virtual world made just for them. In this world, people could be anyone, do anything, even break the rules of the real world without consequence. Intrigued and desperate to escape his everyday misery, Gary visited one of the simulation centers. As soon as he stepped inside the sleek, high-tech room, he was transported into a vivid digital world that was entirely his own. In this virtual space, he could finally play God. "Here I am free," he whispered with wonder as he looked around at the endless possibilities. At first, Gary experimented with harmless fantasies, exploring new identities and perfect moments. But soon, the dark side of his feelings took over. He began to target those he despised in real life. In the simulation, he found an outlet for his anger. One virtual day, after weeks of pent-up frustration, he confronted his boss in a digital skyscraper. "You ruined my life," Gary shouted, and without the constraints of real laws, he carried out his revenge by wiping his boss out in a simulated murder. The thrill of it all was intoxicating. Every day, Gary returned to his virtual world to enact his hidden desires. He killed anyone he hated, watching in satisfaction as his avatars exacted brutal justice on those who had belittled him and made fun of him. "This is my world, where I control everything," he exclaimed with a manic gleam in his eyes. Over time, the line between the simulation and reality began to blur. The power and freedom he experienced online seeped into his thoughts, and soon, Gary found himself testing the boundaries in the real world. One fateful evening, with the weight of his virtual triumphs clouding his judgment, he went to his office and murdered his real-life boss in cold blood. His actions grew more erratic each day as he embraced his newfound belief that nothing was off-limits. One night, fueled by a wild mix of intoxication and madness, Gary stared out from the top floor of his office building. He laughed at the thought of the world being just another simulation, a game in which he could do anything. "If this is all a simulation, then watch me fly," he declared confidently. Without a second thought, he jumped off the building, convinced he could soar like a superhero. Astonishingly, as he fell, a powerful surge of energy lifted him upward. To his shock, he was actually flying. High in the air, suspended between fear and ecstasy, Gary realized that maybe the real world was no different from his virtual realm. Just then, an otherworldly figure appeared before him, a being with a shimmering, alien aura. "I am impressed, Gary," the alien said in a deep, calm voice. "You are the first human to truly see the truth. You truly believe that your world is a simulation, and you have proven it." Gary smiled and asked, "I knew it. Everything in this world was never real. I just needed to fully believe it. Who are you? Why did you build this simulation?" The alien said, "We are from another realm, something you can never understand. We built this simulation for our entertainment. We watch human wars, quarrels, dances, music, movies, and cultures with great amusement." Stunned yet emboldened by the revelation, Gary listened intently as the alien continued. "I offer you the freedom to do as you please in this world. Create your own fate without limits." With that invitation, Gary's mind filled with wild visions of absolute power and no consequences. Back on the ground, Gary wasted no time. Embracing his delusions of grandeur, he committed even more outrageous acts. His reign of terror spanned both virtual and real worlds, and for a time, he ruled unchecked. But as power often brings its own enemies, fate soon turned against him. One evening, while Gary reveled in his newfound freedom, a young woman crept up behind him. Without warning or a single word, she slid a hidden blade across his throat. Gary's eyes widened in shock as blood spread across his shirt. He had no time to react, no chance to call upon his supposed powers. He collapsed to the floor in an instant, life draining from him. The woman looked at his dead body and said, "You took away everything from my family," she said, her eyes burning with determination. It turned out she was the daughter of the boss Gary had murdered, and she took her revenge. High above, the alien who had watched Gary's exploits laughed at the unfolding drama. With a cosmic chuckle and a clink of an otherworldly drink, The alien mused at how the simulation had played out, a grand stage of human follies and wild ambitions. In that moment, the alien savored the spectacle, leaving behind the shattered dreams of a man who had lost himself in the blurred lines between reality and simulation. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more thrilling tales. I also write novels in different genres like sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. If you'd like to check them out, click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more exciting stories.